Hey guys, this is Tunchi back again to bring you another video, and this time I'm doing a review for um a segment created by my good friend Ethel. Well, I think it was created by her, but she's like the main person of it from 13 Originals, and she did this thing last year, and she actually reminded me of it this year. She did this thing last year called Go Ape in April, and I think she did the year before as well. I'm not sure, but Go Ape in April, and I did what I do, the Mighty Joe Young remake for that, and what Go Ape in April is like just like you review a movie or a show that has something to do with apes or monkeys. Mainly them as like main focus, but yeah, they could be sides as well. Just something about monkeys and or apes, gorillas, primates. Um, and yeah, I'm doing that again. I'll leave a link to Ethel's channel below. She's awesome. Check her out. Um, you know, she hasn't been able to do as much as she used to, but she's still got a lot of good stuff on there, and she's a great person. So definitely check that out. But today for my entry for Go Ape in April, I'm going back to the classics, and I'm doing 1968's Planet of the Apes. Um, which is that it's classic. It's fucking great. I just rewatched it, and still is awesome. Still is just a wonderful movie. Holds up fantastically. There's a reason why this is a classic. Like some classics are like, I don't really get into them. Like, doesn't really hold up for me. But Planet of the Apes is one of those that has stood its ground and is kind of cemented itself. Um, and I know some people like talk about the makeup and they're like, "Oh, the makeup's cheesy and stuff," and that. I have no problem with the makeup. I think the makeup's good. Like, yeah, you can obviously tell that it's a makeup, but it still looks really good. Really well done, really intricate. It kind of almost looks like a mask, but I think it is. I think it's a mixture of maybe makeup and a mask animatronic. I'm not sure. Someone that knows more about this, fill me in. But it looks good to me. It's still expressive. The actors are very expressive under it, and they do a good job with just the skin of the monkey and the hair, and just I think the makeup's top notch. People might say it's cheesy and stuff, but I think it's really good. I really like it. But going back to the movie, this movie, I'm actually gonna bring up the director. I've never heard of him, but I saw his name in the credits. Franklin J. Schaffer or Schaefer. I've never heard of him, but you made a good ass movie. And Rod Serling actually co-wrote the script with somebody. Twilight Zone. Rod Serling. So yeah, it's good. It's good. You could tell it's like, oh shit, Rod Serling, man. I didn't even know that he had Wait, I think maybe Apple had mentioned it, but yeah, you got Charlton Heston in here as the main character Taylor, and you have Roddy McDowell as Cornelius, Kim Hunter as what's her name? The I'm forgetting the female monkey's name. It was Cornelius and Doctor something. Ah, shit. I totally blanking on the name. I remember the other girl's name Nova, but I don't know her actress's name, but the Doctor something. I forget her name. But Zeta or Zaius, played by Maurice Evans. I'd never heard that guy before, but he's fantastic as our antagonist, Zaius. And yeah, what am I to say about Planet of the Apes? It's fantastic. It's fucking like it is this simple movie about these people in space and shit, and they're like years in the future from their planet. They put themselves in cryos, and they wake up and the ship's crashing. And I love the way like the camera, for we're just seeing the lights of space, and all of a sudden we see like these like stone desert landscapes, and the camera's twisting and turning and twisting and turning and twisting and turning like that. And twisting and turning like even like that. Twisting and turning, and then boom, they're in the water. And they wake up and they find out the one girl's cryos was broken and she's dead, and they're all like older, but the cryos kept them alive. But they're like 1,000 years old, and they think they're like 3,000 fucking years off from their planet, and they're just in this like desert kind of wasteland beach area. And I like Taylor. He's kind of a dick, kind of a pessimist, kind of like he didn't really like people. He wasn't really a people person. He had nothing to tie him down, and he always wanted to find something better than man. That was his big search, was to find something better than people. Because he's like, people kill each other, people do stupid shit all the time for no good reason. There's got to be something better. And he's kind of breaking down, like, we find out like why all three are there. The one guy, it was just part of, he was revered and stuff. He wanted glory. He wanted his name to live in eternity, and it was like, he had to live up to his namesake to do it. I think it was Aaron. And then like I think that guy Franklin, I think his name, he's just out to explore. He loves exploring. He would walk into a volcano if he could learn something. Like they say he would walk into a volcano naked, I think, if he could learn something. So I like the character. And you think like Heston's character kind of being like this pessimistic person, you think he would be hateable, but he's not really. I get where he's coming from. Even when he's being a dick to the one scientist, and he's like, "It's all gone. Just accept it. Just accept everything is dust." And he's like laughing about it, kind of being a dick. I still get where he's coming from with it. Like, I never hate Taylor. And like, I think that was definitely probably the writing, but Heston's performance as well, how he plays the character. I think he does bring a likability to Taylor, even though maybe on paper this character would come off quite dickish. The way he was played brings a likability to him. And you root for Taylor. You don't want Taylor to get like fucked up throughout the movie. You root for him. But I think the two best are the female Dr. Ape that I'm forgetting her name and it's bothering me. Fans of the movie, please. Right, Ethel, what was her name? I'll probably look it up after the review. I know that's counteractive, but fuck it. I'll look it up after the review. But damn, but her and Cornelius are great. I like how they're trying to prove that, like, oh, there were, it was evolution, not the big thing, not like religion versus science, evolution versus religion, that big debate, and that's what this movie is about. Is the apes are trying to prove that there is a missing link, that there is a human in between that they come from, because in this world humans are like subordinate. They can't speak. They are like animals essentially, and the apes are the leaders, and they run shit, and they see the people as animals, as property, because they they can't speak, so they're lesser than. They're not as intelligent, and it kind of touches upon slavery in that aspect. People being treated like animals and objects instead of a human being. And you could make arguments that animals themselves should not be used for work. Like, there is an argument to be had for there as well. Like, every living creature deserves respect, which, yeah, I agree with that to a certain degree. Although, it is weird, like, I don't know, that argument gets a little weird, because then, like, I get it, and I was, but, like, plants, there are living and breathing plants, too, that have been proven to feel pain. So it's like, I don't know, it's weird. But yeah, like, I love the racism aspect of this movie that touches upon the slavery and stuff. I love that aspect. Um, and yeah, it's just the movie is a very smart movie in its own way. Um, like, I love Dr. Zadis as a villain, because he is, in his way, he's trying to protect his civilization, because as far as they know about people, is people are horrible. That people are awful, and they're trying to be like, apes are better, apes don't do this, and they don't want the connection, because he thinks the connection will destroy them all. I think he thinks, like, if they find out they came from this lower being, to them, this lower being, that maybe they will start inheriting its violence or something, or he doesn't want the world view to come crashing down, so he keeps up this false facade. He's a really just well done villain, Dr. Zadis. I really enjoy his character, and like I said, I really enjoy Cornelius and the and Ape, and like how she's calling him Bright Eyes, and Taylor, and he can't speak. Like, there's a lot of like cool, fun aspects to this movie. And yes, there is fun to be had in this movie, even though it's a serious movie about apes that have taken over the world. God damn it, I just said serious, and apes taking over the world, and say, yeah, it's a serious movie about human-like apes that have taken over the world and have made human slaves and stuff, and like, but there is like levity in the movie as well. Like, there's like the chase segments, some of them, Like, some of them are intense, but some of them are really fun, where he's, like, running away from the apes, and they're throwing the nets, he's crawling out of the nets, and punching and hitting them. And, because at first his, like, neck's hurting because he got attacked in the thing, so he couldn't speak, but then he started speaking. And just his connection with Nova and him just... He wants love, but he just never had that connection with somebody. And then he starts feeling love for Nova. And I like how Nova is smart, because there's, like... Nova's trying to encourage him not to try to contact them. Because she knows she might not be able to express her thoughts with words, but she knows what's up. She knows if he, like, reveals shit, that shit was gonna get bad. That's why she's trying to cover up the words when he's writing in the ground, or covering his face, covering his mouth, you know. And, yeah, it's good. Like, this movie, like I said, 1968, man. It's a 1968 science fiction movie about monkeys taking over the world. And I love old science fiction. I do. I love old science fiction and monster movies. But a lot of those movies are looked down upon by the masses of people. You know, masses of critics and just masses of people. But I think it speaks to something. I think it says something. That this movie is so highly revered by a lot of people. It's so highly revered even to this day. Like, I think that says something, that this movie that, on paper, you would think most people would look down on or laugh off, how big of an impact it has. It had cartoons and shows and remakes to this day, and, you know, like, even if you've never seen the movie, you've probably heard of it. And even if you haven't even heard of it, you've probably seen the monkey makeup. Like, I doubt that, and I'm not talking about the Tim Burton one, I'm talking about the makeup from this movie. Maybe some of you have seen the Tim Burton makeup, or, like, the remake, but, like, the remake, CGI, but, like, I'm just saying, like, you probably can recognize the faces. You know, if you show the more popular ones, you can probably recognize them. Like, that's just how impactful this movie was. And just, I think that the music by Jerry Goldsmith, and the music's really good. I like the notes. There's like a little bit of, like, almost, like, there's a drum beat in there, and it almost sounds tribal a little bit. And, like, I just like the way the music worked with the scenes, and they didn't overdo the music either. Because, like, I like during the end credits it's silent, and there are other scenes where it's just silent, like, there is no music. Like, and usually during the end credits there's a song, but I like that it's silent to leave you with the reveal. You just witness this emotional, impactful reveal. And I'm going to talk about the twist. Everybody probably knows twist. Spoiler alert. But, he finds that this is not another planet, this is Earth. Because he finds the Statue of Liberty destroyed, saying out of the sand. And he's like, "You bastards, you maniacs, you blow it up, you all go to hell," and, you know, those famous lines of, you know, him freaking out on the sand and shit. Famous scene. And, it's funny because I figured it could be interpreted as he's saying that about the humans, like, or no, he's saying that about the apes. That's what I meant to say first. You can either interpret it as he's saying about the apes, or is he saying about the humans that came before him? And he's like, you blew it up. You fucked everything up. You know? Like, I'm sitting here defending my species, saying it's better than theirs, but why should I? We fucked everything up. Maybe Zetas had a point. And that's what I like about this movie is, like, the villain has a point. Like, it's wrong what he's doing, putting poor Cornelius and his wife on trial and hiding truths, but maybe it is for the better. Probably not as a dictatorship bullshit, but you can see where he's coming from. And Maurice Evans his voice is so commanding. The way he plays this character and the shit he's doing is awful. He fucking tries to do brain surgery on Charlton Heston, on Taylor, and we find out he did brain surgery on the other guy, just to hide the truth. He's doing everything he possibly can to make sure that they must never know. They gotta, they must never find out the truth. And yeah, it's just like I said, it's Planet of the Apes, man. Everything that can be said probably has been said. But I needed to give a little tribute of my own in my life. And this movie, yeah, I love Planet. I have no problems with it. Like, rewatching it goes by smooth, quick movie, very well paced, never bored. I love all the scenes. I like the characters. It's memorable, especially the antagonist, like I said. Like, it's Planet of the Apes, and I love, like, the camera work, too, like, the show of them walking through the hills, and the scene of him walking up, and you just see the points of the Empire, or no, was I saying the Empire State Building? Lady Liberty, the Liberty Building. Was I saying Empire State Building the whole time? God damn it, hopefully I wasn't. The Liberty Building, Lady Liberty. God damn it, I'm from New York. I should know this. I know I'm not from New York City, but I'm from the city. I should know this. I should know this. Why you know no things? No things right now. But yeah, Lady Liberty, the points of her hat, of her crown. She doesn't wear a hat. She should wear a hat. Hats are way cooler than crowns. I'm saying it right now. She should wear like a cool top hat with purple polka dots on it. Let's make it happen. But yeah, like I said, like I love the scene where it's showing the lightning in the sky, like that painted like lightning, like. And I also like when the boat or the ship is sinking in the water, there's no music. All you hear is the flooding of the water coming into the ship, Like, that's what they would play dramatic music, like, But that movie, no, they just gave you the sounds of the water. And just the slow reveal of what's happening when first you see the humans, the kind of like, the humans walking around stealing the clothes and stuff, and then we finally get to the apes on horsebacks and the nets, and the guns, and yeah, and like yeah, like I said, Planet of the Apes, man. Fantastic movie, a classic for a reason. It's earned that right, in my opinion. Um, I don't know if it's my favorite because I haven't seen a lot of the sequels, but the one sequel where the two apes time travel, I really like that one. I don't know. I'd have to rewatch it to see if I like it better than this one. Like this one's definitely the more iconic one, but like I really like that one where they time travel and the dude from the Star Trek 2 movies there and he runs a circus, and I remember really liking that one. And I haven't seen like a lot of them. Like I've only seen that one, this one, and the remake part 1 and remake part 2. I still gotta see like a bunch of the other stuff they did. But I think I did see the Tim Burton one as well. Oh God, I did. I think I did see that one. Yeah. I might do the other movies if you guys want me to. Let me know if you would want me to discuss more Planet of the Apes. I could. Um, I'm not against like diving into the rest of the movies, but yeah. Like I said, I'll. What the fuck? Like I said, I'll give this probably 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I like it. Like I said, I have no problems with it. Planet of the Apes, man. Great movie. And yeah, I'll leave the link to Ethel's channel below. Yeah, please check out her channel. And yeah, you guys, stay frosty. This is Chachi um, signing off. Beep bop boop.